Hey everybody, I'm Derek the Chocolate Botanist, and I'm here in one of my favorite places in Durham of North Carolina, and that is Gunter's Greenhouse. Now, I got a little secret to tell y'all. Y'all can't tell nobody, but one of my sisters, several people actually have asked me for this, but one of my sisters, she wanted me to go and redo some stuff in her yard in a little planter box. And Derek had a little bit of a rough spell for the last several months, a little depression, so he kind of dropped a lot of balls. So we're going to be picking that back up. We're going to be picking that back up. Now, what I'm going to be doing today is going here to Gunter's and getting some plants that will be able to handle our weather. Now, I am in zone 7B, okay, in Durham, North Carolina, in the United States. If you want to look up your USDA zones, please use Auntie Google, as the people say, or dear Cola of Black in the Garden would say, and go to that Auntie Google and check out what zone you're in and see what your plants are doing. But again, in zone 7B, we're in our fall heading into winter. It's quite chilly out here. I am dressed to the nines, as you can see, to be warm because I hate the cold, right? But we're gonna be grabbing some stuff. I'm gonna be grabbing some greens that can be beautifully ornamental and be used in a decorative way. And we're just gonna grab some other stuff that we can grab too. So let's go. So the thing about Gunter's is this is a family-run society, or business, I should say. We're gonna keep that in, family-run society of plant people, right? And they have all of these beautiful things that you can use in an ornamental sense that obviously can handle the weather outside, because look at how gorgeous they are, right? Look at how stunning these pansies are. Now, typically when I'm doing any designs, I don't worry about winter and fall because it's cold and I don't want to go outside. But we're going to be grabbing some stuff to be a little flower display, a little floral, and some stuff that will be, again, something that you can actually eat. I am loving these brassicas here. I'm loving this dark purple. Okay, I'm also loving these greens, so I'm going to do a couple of them. I am also in love, and this is why it's difficult for me to go shopping, these cabbages. Because y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? It's just, these leaves are giving me what I need. Wow. Look at how gorgeous these are. Wow. So in love with these kales. Huh. So in love. Love this Dusty Miller. I'm gonna be making a choice soon. Kale. Looks like they had a mum or something here. I don't know what this was. And then Dusty Miller, and then somebody's pansy. So I'm thinking of doing something similar. And it's beautiful to be able to see these grown out so you can see what they look like when they're mature. And I am loving this green and white. So we're gonna get, I'm loving this morphology, how this is structured too. So we're gonna get one of each of these. And I'm also gonna do a curly kale, because I like to say kale yes. And I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this stuff. Let's do it. So friends, I purchased my items, and what do we have here? We have this here lettuce. No, yes, lettuce, ornamental. Again, ornamental lettuces. Ornamental lettuces. Look at that, right? And we also have these beautiful pansies I got from the Gunters. And we're going to be basically doing some work in this container here. Hubbed some moss roses and some sweet potato vines. When I put this together for her, we did a soil mix with some compost. So I have some more mushroom compost to kind of top her off and give us a little go. I left my slow release fertilizer at home, but you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so party people, the first thing we're going to do, as I knock some stuff over, is I'm going to revive this soil a little bit. Again, this is its first year occurring. I got a little hoe here. Sometimes you need a little hoe, a little shovel in your life, right? Do a little hoeing and a little spade. It's called a spade, right? And I am going to chop up this here soil. Now there's still some remnants of the plants of yesteryear on the top of this, but it is okay. You know why? Because it's going to break down, restoring nutrients back into the soil. We took some stuff out of here, more than I would have taken out myself. However, we're good. The only thing I am going to remove is just this little tag here that's plastic. Once I get this kind of chopped up, again, that'll help it break down whatever's in the feeder trap. I'm going to open up my bag. Okay, and the mushroom compost looks something like this, which is again refuse from when growing mushrooms. So I'm just going to kind of do a nice little layer on the top, maybe 2 inches. You can go heavier or lighter if you like. Okay, we got a little piece of wood in there. Again, this is from stuff they would have used to produce mushrooms, but it is okay. Now again, why am I doing this, and do you have to? I'm doing this because we had some plants that were growing in here, big and beautiful, and anytime I retouch a pot, I try to re-add just a little bit of nutrition into that thing. And this compost will do just that. In addition, it'll make it a little pleasing to the eye once I level it in. I'm going to stir this top layer in just a little bit so we can get a little bit of a dressing kind of going in, like tossing a salad very awkwardly with a shovel. Again, I'm going to lay this out flat like such and such and such. One question I always get is, can you wear gloves? Yes, you can. I don't have on gloves right now because I don't want wet cloth on my already cold hands, because it is quite freezing out here to me. I'm going to fill this up to this line here, so that way as time goes on it'll settle. So we'll go ahead and pour this on top and level this out like that. This is really cold and wet, but that's good because that means we don't need to do a heap of watering. And now this is the fun part where I try to make a design. So I know that these are trailing pansies, so I'm going to put them here in the corner. This is just kind of what I was thinking in my head at Gunter's. When you're buying plants, sometimes I'll buy more than what I need because I may be able to give these away or pass them along to other people who need these plants, okay? So I was thinking something like this. I know that these are going to grow big and tall, so something like this and like that, and then this in the center. Very simple design. I'm just using the corners to get what I want, okay? These are going to be my tall, showy babies. This is going to be my centerpiece, and then this hopefully is going to trail out, okay? When you take your plant out of the pot, I squeeze the sides a little bit, and we can see these gorgeous roots. Remember to disturb the roots as you go. We can see a little water coming out. These were taken care of greatly, and I'm basically going to dig a hole to basically cover the plant back at the soil level as it was. So you can use your soil here. Oh, I got 2. I have 2 trailing things. I forgot about this other one. And I'm going to dig this off to the side just enough to go in. At this point, if you have like a slow release fertilizer, if you didn't mix it in, you can go ahead and just throw it in. But we don't have that, so we're just going to go for what we know. And I'm just going to do the same thing. So at this point, I'm going to do a little video magic and fast forward. I'm just going to be quiet. Sometimes you put in too much soil and you kind of need to backfill, so I'm taking soil out to get this baby to kind of fit in this hole here. I can also cut some of this bottom soil mass out, but I don't want to. So I'm just gonna go like this here. I took some soil out because people, I got a telemarketer, of course they wanted to call it. And you just backfill. This extra soil that I took out is okay. Again, some things are too big, so I just have to kind of do a little something different. Back to fast forward. Okay, party people, so at this point I'm just going to kind of lightly dust off the plants with my fingers. If you have a little like brush like you would use for making terrariums, you could use that, or like a little paintbrush. And the last thing I'm going to do to really settle this in is to water it. Now I'm not going to water super heavy. I just want to kind of knock some of the dirt off of some of these leaves so this can look a little nice, okay, because I don't have a brush with me. It's super cold out here, but since again they've been watered, they're not going to be super upset. And again, these are plants that are cold hardy in our zone. So I'm going to show y'all the finished result at the end of this, because I'm going to add a little bit more finesses up here. But that's it.